Hi guys, welcome back to TigeraGitana. My name is Abby and today we are going to be doing our weekly chakra healing video. So we're going to be using the Miss Cleo's Tarot Power deck, which I love using. I love the art in it. And we're going to go through and talk about this week's vibe. There's like a lot of stuff going on. Bottom of the deck for this week is the 9 of Wands, the 10 of Wands. There's a lot of stuff happening. And then we'll talk about the oracle pull for this week. But starting with the root chakra, we got the Fool. And I feel like there's been a couple of times in the past few months where I've pulled the Fool in the root chakra specifically, and it's always just been like a lot of people I feel like are catching up in different time periods and regrounding themselves in different time periods. Like they needed to, for whatever reason, go to the situation, go through the transition, release or start a new journey at separate periods of time. This time around, it's a little bit on the, I want to say, the heavier side, because there's been something that has been released, especially now that Mercury retrograde is over, that it's just been a constant mental struggle. And I can see that because the sacral chakra is the 9 of Swords. It's just been a constant mental struggle. It's been annoying, it's been frustrating, it's been a headache, it's been something that doesn't feel good, it's been something that has been that you've known for a while, that you have to let go and start a new journey and replant yourself, but it had to be at a certain time, or you had to kind of wait it out until you can make that move, make that shift. But now it's finally happening, and that's what it's looking like for this week. It's like I know that the past couple of readings have been like, some people are leaving their jobs, some people are leaving situations, some people are getting out of like really well like founded relationships and such things, friendships, and it's just been like nope, you need something else, you need a refresher, you need something new, you can't be stuck here, this is not the place. So there's just been a lot of that lately, and as much as we know that we're starting in this new space and there's already opportunities lining up, I can see that in their solar plexus. There's already opportunities that are lining up, because ultimately you're manifesting from your mind this week. If you doubt yourself and you doubt your ability to get something new, then it's going to take you a while to get something new. If you're just like, you know what, I did it, it needed to get done, I had to let that go, and now I really need something better for me, and just kind of putting yourself out there and seeing what you can call in that would be good for you. That's what I'm seeing this week. The only thing that I would say for the sacral space, which is 9 of Swords energies, is don't beat yourself up with the trauma that you picked up from where you were before, because that's kind of where you're going to need to heal that this week. There's a need to not hold on to the pains of what was, and just take the lesson of what it is. Keep it moving. You're gonna continuously, this was not the end all be all of who you are, and understanding that is the big part of kind of moving through this week. We do have a full moon in Aquarius on Thursday, and so it's a very much like Uranus energy, like upgrade, detach. So it's gonna be a really good energy to kind of do some of this kind of releasing situation, like no, and then Uranus rules, even though this is Mercury, Magician is Mercury in tarot, but Uranus rules that like higher consciousness, rules the upgrading of your mentality, of your life, of your choices, of what you choose to continue to give energy to. So there is a need to kind of upgrade. It's just like this week is an upgrade from whatever you've been going through. This week is an upgrade. For the heart chakra, we have the Star and the 3 of Wands, and I'm not really surprised that this came up, because first of all, we have a full moon in Aquarius, and the Star card is the card of Aquarius. But in the heart space, it's very interesting, because we're really getting asked to, interestingly enough, some people do need to go into the records and heal some stuff through the records. The Star is definitely deeper soul stuff, deeper patterns of things that have kind of come into play. There's some things that have been healed, but some people still need to just go through the transmuting of that energy and actually heal it. Like they know what the issue was, but it's not fully completely healed yet. There's kind of like a connection from this to this week. So some people do need to go into the records and reflect and like ask why you had to learn this lesson, what happened before, what led your soul to having to go through the situation. That's really what this is speaking of, because you're going into the next step now. There's something that was healed or that this week still needs to be healed, and a lot of you can do this during the full moon in Aquarius, and it will be actually very beneficial, but it's definitely necessary to just take some space to just reflect on your soul's journey. That's really what this is right now. Reflect on what has happened, how you got here, what's the next step, what are you gonna have to repeat this again. It's really about answering those questions this week and seeing how you're gonna upgrade yourself versus how you're gonna repeat a lesson. For the throat chakra, we have the Seven of Swords. For some people, I feel like they're painting a picture to others about how something looks or how the life currently looks, just to kind of make it seem like some things are not as bad as they could be, even though maybe some things aren't actually bad, but you're actually painting it as, you know, everything's all fine and dandy and stuff like that, even though not everything is solidified yet. As we are stepping into this new journey, not everything is solidified, obviously, but there are some deceptive communications happening this week, so just be mindful of that. Careful with the throat chakra, because the throat chakra gets blocked by lies, so don't do this week. Reflect on how you're damaging your energy by practicing this type of energy, and be mindful of what others speak to you as well. Be mindful how you carry that energy over. Be mindful how you integrate that, those type of messages, and practice discernment. You don't need to give everybody every ounce of information. You don't need to tell everybody everything. Chill, let it rock, and just go about your business as the way you need to go about it, but just don't try to oversell yourself and don't try to undersell yourself either. Just chill. Summertime vibes, chill. Now for the third eye, we have the Judgment card, and you guys know this one's always like the ancestor card for me. In the third eye, there is definitely a lot of things that are getting dissected this week, because judging, especially in the third eye space, means that you're seeking for divination. You're seeking to be more connected on a spiritual level, where you can try to figure out what's been going on. For some people, you will be getting messages from your ancestors specifically guiding you on what, and your spirit guides on what next steps are, on what you should be doing, on just kind of relaxing, taking a pause, watching yourself. Be mindful of getting kind of like that instant karma type of thing. But for a lot of you, you need to reflect on your own intuition and the messages you've kind of been receiving around this time. Just try to process how everything's developed. If you journal, if you're the type of person who journals their like card readings or like weekly journals and contemplations and meditation, stuff like that, this would be a good time to kind of reflect back and see how you've progressed from one period of time to the other, whether it's from July to now or whatever, however you want to see it. But there has to be some form of reflection. There are some gems hidden where you have kind of placed knowledge before and just kind of walked away from, so keep that in mind. And then for the crown chakra, we got the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Cups, and the King of Coins, I'm sorry. So on the crown level, on the higher self level, there is work yet to be done, and there is success coming. I mean, you're kind of being seen here in a new situation where you're working hard, where you're leveling up to I'm sorry, I said the king, the knights. Leveling up to not just it being a fresh opportunity, not just going on a new journey, but actually building something in this space where you can be successful and do what you need to do, not necessarily it be the thing that you're meant to do. For some people, this just might just be like a side job or something like that. But for others, it could be something that you're meant to do that is just leading to this grander sense of purpose, like it's part of your journey. Some things like this, these two cards always, when they come up like this, they remind me of like you being put into a situation, like let's say you just got a new job, you just got hired, you're just going for an interview this week or whatever, and you getting that job just because there's somebody that you're supposed to meet in the course of you being there that's going to shift you into the next thing. And that seems to happen to a lot of people who kind of struggle moving and kind of making decisions on a spiritual level. They kind of constantly have to get put in different situations. Some people can see this coming head on, especially if you are connecting with your third eye. But for others, there's a reason why you're going where you're going. So let things develop as they will, but there's a reason. There's definitely a reason why you're headed where you're going. It is definitely on a level of divine timing. I can see that, especially on your heart chakra. This is definitely some divine timing stuff happening. But it's going to take hard work, and you have to give it time. You have to let it time. You have to give it time to grow and develop in the way that it needs to be. Now, the oracle card that I pulled for us for this week is Transmute. So it's interesting because during the full moon, how do you transmute this energy, this vibe, especially getting the Magician in the solar plexus, which is very powerful. How do you transmute energy? So what exactly are we trying to transmute this week? Well, the ones that I would be trying to transmute would be these two cards into something else. And this is really our mind space. With the solar plexus hinting at, because this is Mercury, hinting at what our words can do and what our thoughts can do to block other spaces, specifically like the throat chakra, which it rules. But our sacral space, just hiding wounds there and trying to kind of bury stuff down, or like a situation hurt you the way it ended, even though now you're at this new beginning, hurt you, just releasing that in a proper way, because there's something that needs to be shifted, because you're in this divine timing space. So why are you gonna try to hold on to this thing in the way that you're trying to hold on to it? It's about changing it the way you should be seeing it with Transmute. Especially for this is a good example for my people who love to like hex people and stuff like that. It's about really putting your energy and making it be more productive for you. So when you're really pissed off or you're really angry, when you're just like, why does this happen to me? I don't like it. I'm trying to, and you get into the reaction form, like a place. How can you transmute that energy to actually work for you, other than hinder you or get sent back to you in some way, or like bounce back to you, or like end up hurting your family in some way, or like you didn't even know you were messing with in the first place, and all of these different things? How can you transmute the situation to work for you in a better way? And it really goes down to you taking out the trash, cleaning out the gunk. And I can see that in the bottom of the deck. It's like you went through hell to get out of the situation. 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Like, yes, there's been a lot of struggling that's happened with the situation, but what the 9 of Wands hints at is perseverance, because this person literally came back from war, did the most, did all the things, but now he's still alive. So what is he going to do with the rest of his life? How do you transmute? How do you integrate the pain without being bitter? So you're going to have to find a way to heal that this week, because it's not, the way you end up picking for this to work might not actually be in your best interest. So make sure that it is in your best interest. That's my advice for this week. So I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to check out my Patreon. We're still doing amazing stuff over there, and I'm going to be posting more of the classes very soon, specifically this week. Next week on Monday, I'm definitely gonna, I should have the weekly chakra healing video up, but Monday is also the day I fly out. So I'm flying out at night, but I should have it. I'm gonna try to do it early. So I'm just letting you guys know next week's gonna be a little bit interesting for the videos. I'm gonna try to definitely upload while I'm in, you know, I'll definitely be vlogging while I'm in Spain, and I'll be vlogging while I'm in Morocco, but I'll try to upload as best as I can. Hopefully there's really good Wi-Fi and I can just boop, and then you guys can get your videos. If not, it's gonna be late and you guys are gonna see it like at the end of the month when I go back. But yeah, so I'll be gone next week, but there'll be more videos this week. My Patreon's still gonna be lit, so make sure you're checking out my Patreon. But other than that, yes, I will see you guys in the next video. And definitely just go with the flow this week, my peoples. Go with the divine timing of life. Just let that be the win, okay? So yes, so I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you to all my new subscribers, because we've been growing a lot here, and I'm really excited. I'm really happy, and I'm excited. Make sure you're looking through my past videos as well, because I've noticed that some of you have been asking me questions that I've done videos for before, so just go backwards. So go retrograde. Woo. But yeah, definitely check out my past videos as well, and thank you for joining the community. I'm really excited to be working with you guys and talking with you guys and everything. So yeah, so I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.